Monterey Bay. Known for its extremely diverse ocean life and rich history, this place is one of the most sought-after diving destinations in the country. Divers are drawn to Monterey due to the extremely wide variety of plants and animals that call the bay home. The most popular dive spot in Monterey is Breakwater Cove, famous for its towering kelp forests, ease of access, and wide array of ocean life. This November, I had a chance to dive there myself. While the purpose of this project was to get a taste of diving in the ocean, there were several steps that went into preparing for Monterey. First, I had to complete an extensive online course that covered the skills and knowledge necessary for scuba diving. Think of it as a driver's ed for aspiring divers. After this, I had to complete an 8-hour day training with the gear in the pool, where I was able to have my first tangible experience using scuba gear and getting used to breathing and moving effectively underwater. After the completion of this course, I knew I was ready for the next step, open water certification. Our first day of diving started at 8 a.m. sharp at San Carlos Beach, aka Breakwater Cove. Before we could get in the water, we had to once again review our safety procedures and make sure all of our gear was fully operational. One of the main things I learned in my training is the importance of the various safety checks, which, if not performed, could lead to serious, life-threatening dangers underwater. After making sure our gear was good to go, we suited up and headed for the water. Unlike many popular diving locations, Breakwater Cove is a walk-in site rather than boat-in, meaning you have to walk and swim out to your diving spot rather than being dropped off by a boat. When we made our descent, I was struck by how alien the ocean bottom looked and felt. Not only was the feeling of breathing underwater in the ocean shocking, but the sheer barrenness of the ocean bottom and different perception of colors made it feel like I was on another planet. Our first 3 dives of the trip were mainly spent in this desolate portion of the seafloor, practicing our diving skills and techniques. In terms of sea life, we saw next to none on these first 3 dives, leading me to question how fun scuba diving really could be. These doubts were erased 10 times over with our 4th and final fun dive. Rather than simply sitting at the ocean bottom practicing skills we already knew, this dive was our chance to explore the cove and observe the wide variety of underwater wildlife with our buddy. Visiting several designated areas, we were able to observe firsthand the interaction between all these vastly different creatures, living among each other in this strange foreign world. We explored 2 main types of habitats, rock dwellings and the kelp forest. The rock dwellings were by far the most colorful regions we explored, being filled with all kinds of bright, fluorescent creatures, including all kinds of crabs, starfish, sea urchins, jellyfish, and glowing orange cup corals, just to name a few. Next, we moved on to the most famous underwater habitat for Monterey, the towering kelp forests. The main thing I noticed here was the ridiculous amount of jellyfish lazily floating by. Being in a wetsuit, I knew I didn't have to worry about getting stung, so I was able to get very close and record some great videos and pictures. While the first 3 dives of my trip left me feeling somewhat bored of scuba diving, this fun dive changed my perspective on the sport forever. I can confidently say that because of this experience, I can't wait to get back into the water, and will definitely continue my diving career in the very near future.